What is up, Vape Trainers? Welcome to another episode on the Vape Train Gaming channel. So are you ready to find out what the final vote tally was for where we're starting in the You Choose series? Stay tuned, you'll find out in a moment. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so you ready for the final tally? Bam! Alright, so we had a grand total of 25 votes. And coming into the lead at 9 votes is Titan. So let's go ahead and get started on Titan then, shall we? Let's get it started. Now, whenever you are actually in a ship or in a passenger seat, you can actually hit the V key, and it'll actually take you to an exterior view of whatever ship you're using. And if you hold down Alt, you can change where you're looking at, and you can zoom in and out by using the scroll key. So here we come. Ew. If you hit tab, it'll actually remove all the other stuff. Go ahead and get a screenshot of this by hitting the F12 button for Steam. So here we go. It seems like a nice, safe landing spot, which is kind of surprising because I normally don't have that type of luck. Normally I hit the side of a mountain or something and it's game over. So hit the V key, go back to first person view. And here we go. Welcome to Titan. So Titan is a very interesting place. So I'm gonna stand up here and I'm gonna hit the V key to go back to first person. All right, so as I said, these videos are gonna be a bit of a tutorial. If you have never played Space Engineers before, ooh, by the way, do need to get something out of here. Inventory, I need my gun because it's gonna be interesting soon. Okay, so if you've never played Space Engineers, let me just tell you the way this is going. The way the basic controls are, hotkeys you kind of need to know. Oh, Jesus. All right, I need to do this real quick or I'm gonna die. Spiders, I just landed. Can't you just give me a minute? Oh my god. Okay. So, back to what I was saying. ASWD keys are for moving side to side and everything. I think you, like, side to side. As I said before, you have the V key, which changes from third person. I mean, kind of an aerial view. I mean, if you hit the old Alt button and zoom in and out, I mean, kind of a third-person view. You also have the first-person view, and yeah. So let's go check and see what these guys gave me because they might actually help the entire thing here. To access inventories, hit the F key. F key is going to be how to access things. You'll also damn it disappeared. Ew. Okay. Sorry. I'm kind of excited about this, but the spiders freak me the hell out because they pop out of nowhere. And it's not just one that pops out, it's 4. 4 of them pop out. So what did you guys do to me? Alright, alright, so back to kind of doing the tutorial here. To access things or to get in a cockpit or seat, you hit the F button. If you want to access the control panel is one of the most important things for you to know in the game. If you are attached to a grid now, they talk about grids. Grids are basically your ships or your bases, small grids and large grids. Small grids are basically smaller scale blocks and smaller cargo containers and storage containers and smaller crafting units. There are certain things that can't be placed on small grids, so keep that in mind whenever you're designing things. Definitely test it out in single player, do it through creative and test it out. Large grid you will see later when I start building the base. Now, here I am sitting inside my little escape pod or landing pod. I've got an antenna, which I can actually set with the name VapeTrainer. Oh, got my caps lock on. That's not good, but whatever, it'll look cool. You can adjust your broadcast radius. You can disable and enable broadcasting. You can tell it to show name. You can go to your battery. Auto recharge. Auto on a battery will basically mean that if you have power incoming, and if it's more than what you're using, then it'll start to recharge, and it shows you the whole breakdown of everything to do with the battery. maximum output, input required, how much stored power it has, current output, current stored power, how long until it's depleted. Your beacon is basically like the antenna, but you can't use a beacon to remote control something. It's just basically to let you know where it's at. You get broadcast radius and stuff as well, which I'm gonna make sure this is turned all the way down, because since we have reavers enabled, I don't need them showing up and wiping me out. Landing gear, lock, unlock, it's the little feet on the bottom of the ship. O2 H2 generator is where you're going to get your oxygen and your hydrogen for your powering jet engines and for powering your rocket pack. Ore detector, exactly what it sounds like. It is actually showing ores that are close by, like the nickel ore, the magnesium ore, which is pretty great because I need those for making bullets. So I lucked out on that where I landed. Small cargo container, self-explanatory. Survival kit is one of the most important things. That's one of the main reasons why I did not want to start off in a spacesuit in the middle of space, because I need a survival kit. We all need a survival kit. Now you hit the K button again, go to inventory. It'll show you, this will show the inventory that you're actually directly connected to. This will show the entire inventory of your entire grid. So if you notice, my H2 and O2 generator has an oxygen bottle and a hydrogen bottle and ice. I'm going to be using those. Ice is your main component for hydrogen and oxygen. You use the generator to create oxygen and hydrogen. Keep that in mind. So I got construction components. That's a good start. Now, as you can see, I'm kind of like flying around right now. That is because if you hit the X key, if you notice in the bottom left, you have the J, X, O, and L. L turns on the light, so you can turn on your headlamps. O turns off your radar, basically the antenna of your suit or whatever ship you're flying. X will turn on and off your jetpack, which same thing. ASWDs, use your mouse to target the direction you're going, but you can also use the Q and E keys to rotate yourself, so you can be completely upside down if you want to. And here comes the spiders to say hello again. Dude, I'm not ready for you guys. Okay. Get all the components these guys are giving me, because I'm gonna need them. Great thing is about the NPC, like wildlife, for some odd reason, spiders and freaking wolves and stuff carry components. So, I mean, I guess they're like weird spiders and stuff. Yeah, so I guess the way we're gonna get started off here, now I'm not gonna ask about this because of the fact that one of the main things you need to get running when you first start off on a planet is you need to get electricity, and you need to get a second survival kit going. So basically you're going to use the components from your already survival kit inside your escape pod, well, your landing pod, and you're going to use that towards building your base and getting things started. Now keep in mind with your landing and spawn pods, most servers you're on, it will disappear after a while. So get as much use out of it as you can, break it down as much as you can. So you start off with a basic welder, basic grinder, and a drill. Now these are great, and as you saw, I had the gun in the inventory of the passenger seat, and the only way you can access that is by sitting in the passenger seat. You'll need the rounds and everything as well. You access your inventory by hitting the I button. I have no extra rounds. I have 2 shots left on this gun. Eventually I'm going to have to defend myself with my grinder, because this thing acts as like a knife and it cuts things up. Probably gonna die though. Worth a shot though. We'll try. Alright, so first thing we need to get started doing is trying to get materials running. Now when you're first starting off, you need to get as much stone out of the ground as you can, and most of the places that you're starting off at will have a surplus of stone. Hold down the F key while you're mining and drilling, and you will actually pick up what you can as it appears. Now on Titan, this is a moon. This is the moon orbiting the alien planet. And the alien planet has higher gravity, but the moon has the exact same gravity as Earth's moon. So there's gravity here, but unlike Earth's moon, Titan has atmosphere, so I can take advantage and use windmills. I'm trying to think whether I have progression on this. Yes, I do. Okay, so this is going to be fun. Let's go ahead and get started on this. We'll ask for y'all's input in a little bit. But first off, here is your survival kit. Go ahead and hit I to directly access its inventory. Go to production and queue up a bunch of things. If you hit it once, it only adds 1. If you hit shift and click it, it gives 100. And I think if you hold control, it does, wait, control is 10. So keep that in mind. And if you hit control shift, it does 1,000. So keep that in mind while you're doing stuff. Get as much stone as possible, and I'm going to go ahead and focus on getting some supplies rolling out. I need steel plates, interior plates, and a bunch of other things to get things rolling. So we will be right back once I get some of this farming done, because I'm pretty sure y'all don't want to watch it. And don't worry, I'm going to record this whole thing just in case anything interesting happens. Y'all won't miss out on a thing. Be back in a bit. Hell yeah. Alright guys, so we actually just had a major break here. So, I just killed those 2 spiders by hand with my grinder. Luckily, I mean, the best thing you can do is instead of running away from them, if you're down to just using melee, is run directly at their face, as you saw. Now, I'm going to go over the basics of building and basically the how to get things started. So, if you hit the G key, it pulls up your build menu. These are all the designs and blueprints you have available that you can build. Now, these are a part of my laser mod, so we're not going to focus on those just yet until we really get things rolling. Now, luckily with the light armor blocks, they have multiple different sizes and shapes and designs and rounded and all this other stuff whenever it comes to the blocks. So like they really went into detail on a lot of this, and Space Engineers guys, they did a real good job on it. It allows for a lot of building potential. Really cool looking stuff too. So we're going to go into progression. The first thing we're going to get into is the light armor blocks, because that's how we're going to start building our base. So you're going to take what you want to build and you're going to drag it down to your hotkey. So that's number 5 on there, and as you can tell, I placed one already over here. Now, as you notice, in the bottom right corner, there's actually a, ooh, okay. So, you see that right there? That little red dot? That is a Reaver fighter. So, hopefully, it won't come after us, because I don't think anything is broadcasting very far. Reavers will attack you. They'll, like, go after your antenna and beacon signals. So, if you have them on and have them really far distance, they're going to come after you. Normally it's about 2 kilometers. So I have all my stuff set to like 100 meters and 200 meters. Because if they're already that close, you're already getting shot and dead. So keep that in mind whenever you're using the Reaver mod, which is, I love it because it adds such a new such a great dangerous dynamic to it. Because most of the NPC ships in the normal game, they don't come after you, they just kind of fly around until you go after them or whatnot. But back to building. So you see in the bottom right where it says components required, it requires 25 steel plates to complete a light armor block. Now, as you saw, when I killed that spider, I got lucky and I got a buttload of steel plates, and that is a major feat of luck right there. So as you saw, I already placed this one here, and since we are on Titan, I want to get up and away from the spiders. Okay, so you switch over to your welder, and while you have the ingredients in your inventory, you complete things. Now, whenever it comes down to it, you don't have to do 100%. As long as it gets to functional, it'll be fine. But whenever it comes to blocks and stuff like that, you probably should do 100% so that they don't break easily. Oh no. This is when we run into the next problem. I'm low on energy and oxygen. Whatever am I going to do? So, here's your survival kit. If you notice this little screen, if you hold F, it'll recharge and heal you. It'll also, if it's connected to a spot that has oxygen and hydrogen, it'll refill your hydrogen and your oxygen. These are the reasons why I wanted a survival kit, because if not, I would just die. Now that that's all recharged, but here we go. Got this right here. Let's go ahead and we're just gonna make the startings of like just a higher up tower. So boom, boom. Now I should have done this in heavy armor block, but I wasn't really worried about it. So also, y'all saw when I completed that block that it said new stuff has been unlocked. We're gonna go have a look at the progression system in just a second. Go ahead and get this all welded up. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and hit the O button, turn off my radar, because I don't want those reavers to have a reason to come towards me, or the spiders, for that matter. I gotta go kill some spiders, because if I don't, they're gonna mess up some stuff. Ooh, that one hurt. These things hurt real bad, huh? No! Ah! Ah! Come up behind you while you're still attacking my body. Screw you! Their only redeeming quality is that they give me stuff. They hit really hard though, so keep that in mind. That thing dealt like 40 some odd damage to me compared to my, 100 health. And when you die, you lose a bunch of stuff. I just lost like all of my bottles. Or did I leave those in my H2? I left them in there. Okay, I thought I had my bottles on me. I was about to get really sad. But yeah, you normally lose stuff. So let's go ahead and let's have a look at the progression system real quick. So we're gonna go ahead and hit G, hit progression. Now what we just got done is we completed a light armor block, which unlocked a round slope armor, corner, and all the rounded stuff basically. Now if I do an interior wall, it'll unlock all of this, windows and stairs and ramps and catwalks. But the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get some power running to this grid. The reason why you want to make sure power is running to your grid is if you have the cleanup system running, if you have unpowered grids, your stuff will disappear. So let's go ahead, let's take advantage of the fact that this place has an atmosphere. Now with a wind turbine, you normally don't have to build it up too high, but I like to get it up and out of the way. So this will require interior plates, which as you can tell, that's the first thing that says, and I need to have it in my inventory in order to build. So let's go on down here. Yeah. And let's go up to, that's the oxygen in it. Okay. So as you can see, I queued a bunch of stuff. I queued steel plates, interior plates, girders, computers, motors, construction components, construction components and whatnot. But I got some interior plates here, so we're gonna go ahead and pull those out just to get this bad boy started. I'm not gonna be able to finish it, but I'll know what I need to shoot for. Go ahead and place that. And it will take, if you have the components in your inventory, it'll take whatever's in your inventory and fill all those slots. But it will bottleneck you at specific items, so keep that in mind as well. So let's go ahead. I've got computers. I could have swore I had motors. What happened to my motors? But alright, so I'm gonna work on getting girders, interior plates, more construction components going. But yeah, y'all stick around. So while I'm actually working on all this, I noticed an unknown signal appeared, which is that little green dot on the screen right there. These things are fantastic, and you should go after them. We will see. I wonder if I can actually get to it and not die, and I'm probably going to have to bring my bottles, which is going to make me sad, because eventually I'm going to lose them probably, but go head this direction using my jetpack. Since I'm on the moon, or on a moon with lower gravity, it doesn't run through hydrogen that quickly. And you'll see all this below me, this is all ice. That's all for rocket fuel and oxygen, so might end up relocating onto the actual lake here. So it's labeled as a probe right now, that's just what its antenna says. So when you get over these, you want to first off find the button. So you see the button, hit K, and you have a chance to get an item. I got a zombie helmet, awesome. But this thing will have skins and components, and you get the components by using the grinder on it. The grinder's actually pretty great. There's higher tier grinders to do things faster, so you know, whatnot. But there's 100% return on things you grind. So let's say you place down a ship and you design something and it didn't exactly turn out the way you wanted. By the way, it had a small cargo pod on it. You can just grind down what you build and get your components back. Now, the downfall is if you built anything with batteries, you will never get your battery components back. I still have sneaking suspicions about whether you can actually get it back from... oh, the spiders are coming back again. I don't wanna. I still have my sneaking suspicions about whether you can actually get your batteries back with using a higher tier grinder, but we'll find that out later when I actually get to that point. Let's get back here. This bad boy running. Okay, so I've got everything except for interior plates and girders. And girders gonna be expensive. So as I said, you're just gonna have to get a bunch of stone rolling. Now stone is great because it actually provides you nickel, silicon, and iron, and gravel. And gravel will be used for nuclear reactors later, but it'll be a bit. So, alrighty guys, so we finally got girders made. Let's go ahead and weld this bad boy up. And now we currently have a wind turbine. Yay! So we have power. We have the power. That's one of the most important things here is to get power. I could have swore I had more steel plates, but I probably used them all up. Now I can't access this because there is no control panel for any of this. So I have to work on getting that started. Now, as I said, one of the biggest things to get started over here is to get the survival kit going. And the reason why I say to get the survival kit going for the other spot is because a survival kit needs let's just say the survival kit on a small grid only holds 1,000, which is barely what you could hold in the first place. So let's go in here and let's go survival kit. Let's go ahead and place one of these bad boys down. Now, as you can tell, when I'm trying to place something, you see the big yellow port to it. That is a conveyor port. You always want to make sure that you can actually have access, like with a survival kit, it needs to be connected to something. So position it where you know you might be able to hook up conveyor ports to it. Now, you see the only thing I'm missing here is steel plates. I should have waited. I didn't think that through. I'm sorry, guys. All right, I'm gonna take away some of these blocks on here. Gonna take a lot of these, but you know what? In the end, it's worth it. Actually, I should probably just tear apart this one landing gear down here. That one will probably give me a few. I need to at least get that back up and functioning because that's my spawn point. If I die before that comes back up, I will no longer have a spawn point. And that's not okay. So let's get back up top. That was stupid, I'm sorry guys. But, as I said, you only need a certain bare minimum just to get things functioning. And that is all you really need for half this stuff. So, here we go. We got our starter kit all up and functioning. We can access its inventory. Let's go ahead and put everything back in it. Now, as you notice, it does 2,000, 2,000. So 4,000 total storage in it. That allows for a lot more production, a lot more crafting. So hell yes, we now have a survival kit that's kind of up and out of the way. All I can do is hope that it doesn't, have any issues. But let's go ahead and check the wind turbine. So it is functioning at optimal wind clearance. See how high it is up in the air? This thing's popping out as much electricity as it can. That's pretty fantastic. I know when I first started playing this game, I tried doing it a little bit lower, and then it's like, no, it's only producing like half of what it can, and that's not cool. You need it to fully produce everything. So, I just saw a flash of spiders. Nothing too important in my inventory. Let's go down here. Let's see. Here they come. Did you just make me fly? You're gonna be the first to die. Ooh, that's nice, but that's expensive. Above my pay grade. Jesus. Leave me alone. Fuck. Alright guys, now as for the basics of mining. So mining is actually extremely easy. Whenever you're using a hand miner, you're always better hitting the C button to crouch and drill like that. So if you do the left click, it'll produce resources. If you do the right click, it'll just clear everything, but it won't produce any resources. So keep that in mind. If you're just digging a hole down to get down to something, do the right click. It's a lot faster, it clears out a lot more. I'm just doing this so that I can actually get down and have a bunch of resources as I'm mining down to magnesium. Because I need magnesium. I mean, I can't do anything with it right this second because I don't have a refinery, but I'm gonna need magnesium. So I want to get a decent hole going, something close by to it. And I guarantee you, when I come out of this hole, there's going to be a bunch of spiders waiting for me, and it ain't going to be fun. So, let's see. I only have 20 more meters to go, which is fine. It allows me to fill my inventory with stone. Now, the way you can tell you've hit a pure ore, if you haven't played Space Engineers before, is whenever you get down to... I mean, we'll probably get down to it in a minute, but I am filling up my inventory because we need all this stone. So let's pop out here, fly all the way home. Now, before, as I was talking about, it needs to be connected to an air source, basically, so that you can actually recharge your hydrogen and your oxygen. And I don't have access to that right now. So we're gonna try to get this rolling. We need to make some steel plates, and let's go ahead and see what it takes to make an oxygen generator, because that's what I need on this to maintain this. Let's see, H2. So H2O2 generator blocks right there. Search feature, very handy. Make sure to use it. So you see how this has its yellow ports to it? Same thought process. You make sure they match, and you can rotate by using the insert, home, page up, delete, end, and page down keys. Now, as you notice in the top right, it's got that cube that kind of tells you which directions you want it to do. Delete. There you go. Spun it that direction. So let's see, do we have steel plates? We do, so we can get this bad boy started. Alright, so this generator should be directly connected to the survival kit. So we've got to finish this bad boy up, and then we can actually get some oxygen pumping from it. So let's go grab a bunch of the components I already have. See how it's not increasing the percentage here, but I still filled in all the components required except for the steel plates? That's how it's bottlenecking me. It's bottlenecking me through steel plates. So we just have to wait for more steel plates to be produced. Now, the reason why these things aren't going into the survival kit is because they're a higher tier production than the survival kit. The survival kit can't make that. So production, basic components, this is all the stuff that the survival kit can produce. So the only stuff you can store in there is the stuff you can produce. So keep that in mind. Oh, spiders are back again. Let's go try to get some free components. Geronimo, bring it on, bitches! How are you still alive? Oh no! Don't go into your inventory while you're fighting with spiders. They will eat you. See? Respawn at my stuff. And every time you die, it refills your oxygen and your energy. So keep that in mind as well. Body hop. Oh, fuck yeah. Wow, I just chucked that body. Come on, pop back out here. That one's almost dead. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. Pop out. Oh. Now, the only reason why I'm not taking fall damage right now is because it's such a low gravity. See, look at that. When you die, they get stuck attacking your old body. And that's great, because you can take advantage and run up to them and just go to watch them freak out. Okay, let's go check my old body here. My old body here has steel plates is what I need to basically finish the oxygen generator up there. So I need to make sure I have that. I also don't want to lose my gun, because my gun is my only defense besides my grinder. Let's get this bad boy finished. I'll unlock a bunch of other stuff. Unlock new blocks. What new blocks did it unlock? H2. So it unlocked the cryo chamber, air vent, oxygen tank, and then this is my other mod that actually does the oxygen tanks and stuff like that in different sizes. So go into blocks here. Let's have a look. See all the new blocks. Down here, oxygen tank, hydrogen tank, oxygen farm. Definitely want to make those, because if you don't, you won't actually have access to the ability to build a few of the things afterwards. So build everything. But we've got this bad boy running. So let's go ahead and grab the ice from down here. Now, I know a lot of people are probably going to be like, dude, why aren't you just like turning your little pod into a spaceship and just going and running like that? Well, I'm not doing that just yet. That might be an option in a minute. Gotta have some patience, brother. Patience. So I think I'm gonna record these segments in basically an hour worth of play. So I think we're up to like 45 minutes so far. So we've got that started, we've got that running. This is now going to, well, it's gonna be low on power because that can only power so much. So whenever the generator here turns on, it takes 500 kilowatts. And this takes 15. Max required is 200 for my stuff. My wind turbine, it's only producing, 16. So trying to run both of these at once is not going to function. So, you know what we need to do? We need to build some more turbines. Ooh, upgraded tools? What? Oh yeah, they also have a chance of dropping that stuff too, so keep that in mind. That's one of the main reasons why you want to do this, but I'm doing it mainly for the skins. I like skins, and I love the fact that this game just gives you a bunch of free ones. Ooh, rainbow. Alright, grind this bad boy down. Yep, not losing the new tools I got. Let's go home. I don't like it. Not losing new tools. So, one of the last tutorial things that we're going to go over today, guys, is storage and why conveyor tubes are needed. Now, conveyor tubes allow your production units and stuff like that to connect to each other, which allows for item transfer, oxygen and hydrogen transfer, and a few other things. So you really need to have them there. You really need them. Like, if you don't think you need them, you do. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this one on the side here. It's probably not gonna function as well as it should, but it will definitely help with the power. Now, we're talking about storage. Well, I'm gonna talk about cargo, because having cargo blocks allow you to store more stuff, and you really need to store more stuff in this game. Like, it's always needed. So I can actually access the inventory that's on my survival kit and pull things directly into my inventory. Now, if it wasn't connected by a conveyor tube, it wouldn't do anything. Like, I wouldn't have access to it. So this is one of the great things about conveyor tubes, is you have access across the board. So let's go ahead and let's add what we can there. And we are going to work on building a cargo box. Now, cargo box, as you can tell, everywhere I rotate it, it's got the conveyor parts. So we're going to place one right here, just because it's going to be able to basically, I can fill the cargo pod with stone. The survival kit is going to pull the stone from the cargo container to craft what I need to, instead of overloading the survival kit. So, let's see, and if you're wondering how you're going to get all these components, look no further than your own ship. That is covered in spiders. No ammunition. Alright, don't want to lose all the stuff that I have on me, so let's go ahead, and I can still access that aspect. Go ahead and put most of this stuff back. Downfall is I don't think it'll let me store these because I can't craft them here. But you know what I can do is, first off, I can put all the stone from my inventory into here, and I can hit G, go to character tools, and pull my upgraded tools down to my toolbar. Now, there are a grand total of 9 different toolbars you can use, and you cycle through those pretty easily. I'm gonna have to like really look at that, because I think you, control and then the number allows you to cycle through the toolbars. It has a little hotkey thing down there to tell you about it. I was special, I didn't read it off the bat. But yeah, so you can set up many different things on here. I'm gonna go down with my new tools. There's a chance I'm gonna lose them, but I'm gonna put my oxygen containers. Wish me luck, because I need to be able to store stuff, and these guys are stopping me. That didn't go very well. I probably just lost all my new tools. But downfall is when you set up your first toolbar. Oh my god, how many of you are there? Oh, Jesus. Okay. It's not okay. Not okay. Jesus. Magnesium. Ooh. Giving me stuff so I can kill you guys later. Really? Are you stuck on my ship? Oh, this is getting bad, guys. This is getting real bad. You're attacking my ship. I don't kill him. Oh my god. Come on, spawn back. Spawn back! I think they are focused on my old body, but I do not know, and I want to be able to kill this one real quick so that I can have access to all the goodies that these guys have for me. And yeah, I think I lost my tools. I'm gonna have to go check that other body location, and oh my god, so many steel plates. This is gonna be amazing. Alright, checked you. There's a dead body down here. Did I check? Oh no. Okay, so that one. Magnesium. I think I lost my good tools. Ah! I kept my welder and my gun. But look no further than your own ship. So you see these right here? They have metal grids, and these metal grids go into making that cargo container. And I would prefer that instead of having these thrusters, because I don't need these thrusters right now. I don't have a ship that needs them. I could turn this pod into a ship, but I don't really want to, because I need storage. I need it. But there's 4 thrusters on the side there. So, take advantage of that. Bam! Small steel tubes. Gonna be my main thing that I'm missing here. So you know what we need to do? We need to make the ability for us to actually be able to make those. So we're gonna go to G, and we're gonna go to all blocks, and we're gonna go to basic assembler. Basic assemblers is what you use to be able to craft a little bit higher tier stuff. Now this thing only has 1 conveyor port, so keep in mind it's gonna be the end of whatever you're doing. So I'm going to do it off the end here because I don't plan to have a conveyor port off the back end there. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing all built. Let's see. Inventory. Do I have? Well, I do have more computers. I have more stat. I have displays. Awesome. Just need displays now. And displays, I think, require silicon and nickel, I'm guessing. But we will find out. Displays. Let's go ahead and make 20 of these if I can. Can I? I can. We're in business, boys. Now, because the fact that these are not actually connected by this conveyor port, I can't just tell my assembler to use what it's missing from, you know, the survival kit. So I'm going to have to manually transfer these things over. And you see, I unlocked new blocks. That's going to be great. Now let's grab these out. Let's access the assembler real quick. Put the iron in there and production. Let's go ahead and make, how many do I need for this box? 20. I already have a display because I made some extra, which is always a good thing. So let's go ahead and let's make 20 of them. I think I do have enough for it. Yes, all right. Hell yeah. Storage container is complete. Now I can actually access everything in this grid directly through here. See the wind turbine, survival kit, and all that. So I can go to production. And if you hit this button right here, it'll pop between assemblers and survival kit. Pretty fancy. Pretty fancy. I like it. The assembler also makes things a lot quicker than the survival kit. Double check here, make sure I don't have any additional girders anywhere, because I think that's all I'm missing for this one. So no, don't fall off. All right, so let's go ahead and get some more girders in production. Now guys, let's go ahead and talk about what vote we're gonna go over for this one. Now, since I've got everything kind of established, like, I know it's flashing a lot, and it's flashing because of the fact that it's low on power, but it's trying to refill me the best it can. So, I think what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what color I should make all of my bases. So, on that note, let's go over paint. So if you hit the P button, it'll pull up the color picker. Now the color picker is pretty cool because you've got multiple different ones you can do, but you can also customize them just by scrolling back through with the saturation and everything else, the value and whatnot. You can also reset to defaults. So we've got all these different colors here. Now, if you have a specific color that is, you know, a little bit harder to find in here, let me know in the comments section below. We will go over this. I'm thinking in between red, dark green, light blue, yellow, black, and I don't know, maybe a pink or an orange because I'm kind of on an orange planet. I don't know. Either way, I'll leave it up to y'all. But y'all make sure to come back and see me again. Make sure to go check the Twitter because it's going to have the poll up there. And I hope to see you all there. Make sure to like this video, smash that sub button. Make sure to tune in next time, guys. Y'all keep on surviving.